if it's tough, it's okay. If it's too tough, we can.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's just begin. Let's begin. So I just wanted to invite everybody to have a seat, sit nice and tall, and we'll focus in on our breathing. So I want to thank you guys for joining us. It's our last session of the month for Candlelight Yoga. It's been a great last few classes for sure. So we'll just try to sit nice and tall. You can just relax your arms down at your side. Let's just turn so that the palms are facing up. And then just think about rolling your shoulders back and down so you can feel your shoulder blades flat on your back. And then your spine is nice and long. And we're just going to turn attention towards our breathing. So just allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. And focus on directing each breath towards your belly. As you're breathing in, the breath is flowing in, moving in towards the belly button, and you can feel the rise and expansion of the breath at the center. And then as you're exhaling, you'll feel the belly button move in towards the spine. And you're just deeply exhaling, letting all of the breath go. With the in-breath, we are drawing in stillness. We're drawing in a feeling of just being grounded and centered. And with each out-breath, we're allowing ourselves to release and to let go of any external distractions, any stresses from the day. We're allowing ourselves to just come and settle in more firmly just into the present moment. And we're going to connect palms and fingertips just at our heart center. And allow this just to be a mindful action of finding balance, again, of finding presence, of left and right side of our body. We'll turn the fingertips to face forward, so just turning towards me. And we'll take a nice big in-breath. As we inhale, you're going to reach your arms out forward towards me and then open nice and wide. As you're opening, just squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. And then as you're exhaling, we're going to reach the arms overhead. We're going to connect palms and fingertips and draw back in towards our heart. So inhaling again, you'll turn your fingertips to face forward. Inhale as you extend the arms out, open nice and wide. Feel the chest, feel the heart open. And then as you're exhaling, we're centering. So just drawing in, bringing in that peace and that balance and that presence into the heart center. Okay, we'll just take your palm, you're gonna rest on the floor beside you, and then we're gonna inhale that opposite arm, reach it over your head, and as you bend into the elbow, we're gonna take a nice stretch for your side body. So keep yourself rooted firmly on your mat as you reach and lengthen through your fingertips. Reach as long as you can. All right. So coming up with that breath, we're going to go to the other side. So just place your palm down on the floor beside you. Inhale the other arm in the air. Then as you exhale, we're going to bend into the elbow. And again, just lengthen inside that. Good, and we're going to come up into the center. We'll release the arm down. Then we'll take another breath. Both arms are going to reach and extend over your head. And this time, just turn the palms to face forward towards me. Feel again the shoulder blades engage on your back, and think about maybe sitting a little taller. So again, looking for that alignment through your spine. And on your next in breath, your next out breath, your exhalation, we're going to lean forward from your waist, and then just extend those arms over your head and just place them down gently onto the floor in front of you. And you're working with your breath again. So as you're exhaling, perhaps melting forward a little bit more. You could bend into the elbows and think about resting the forearms down onto the ground. You can tuck your chin into your chest and feel as your spine is rounding forward. So take a breath. Breathe deeply, again, into the length of the spine and into the back of the body. Feel the rib cage expanding, lifting with each breath. Breathe deeply into your hips. Just observe your body here and observe your breath. Again, with our practice in the evening, it's all about letting go always of anything that doesn't serve us. Letting go of anything that occurred, through the day, anything that crossed your mind, anything that you've been holding in your body, right? We hold a lot of tension in our body. We want to use this time again to just release it all. So let's walk those hands in just to come back into that nice tall seated position. And we're just going to recross our legs. So for example, if your right leg was in front, we're going to switch them. So now your left leg is in front. Okay, so we're going to sit tall. We're going to take a twist. So take your hand, bring it to the outside of your knee. The other hand, you're going to place it on the floor behind you. Let your fingertips point away, and we're going to twist. So each in-breath is to sit tall. Each out-breath is to exhale and twist. And again, you're just working and flowing with your breath. And we're feeling all the muscles along the length of the spine twisting. And as they're twisting, I always say, imagine that little cloth, if you had a wet cloth, wringing it out. And as all that water you're wringing out of the cloth, here you're wringing out all of the tension that you might be holding. Again, neck, shoulders, and along the length of your spine. Let's take that twist. On the next out breath, we're going to twist and come all the way to the other side, okay? So the hand comes to the outside of your knee, and then the opposite hand goes down behind you. Place your palm flat onto the floor if it's available, with your fingers pointing away from you. Breathe in to sit very tall, and exhale to twist. Inhale to sit very tall, exhale to twist. And just turning your gaze over your shoulder. Feel that twist building right from where you're seated, all the way along your spine, even into the neck and shoulders, all the way up. Use your breath. And then your next exhalation will turn to face forward again. We're going to breathe in, reach the arms all the way up over your head, and again, turn the palms to face forward towards me. Feel the shoulder blades set on your back. Let the shoulders relax from your ears. Take a breath here and think about releasing tension through the whole face, through your eyebrows, your cheeks, your jaw. And with your next out breath, we're going to melt forward. So exhale, melt forward, place your palms down onto the floor. And again, work here. Perhaps melting forward to bend at the elbows and release the forearms down onto the mat. Follow that stretch all the way through by just tucking the chin in towards your chest. Feel the stretch and length along the spine. And this evening again with the class, just trying to work with the steadiness of the breath. The deeper the breaths that we take, the slower we're flowing, the more we're able to help to lower the heart rate, lower the breathing rate, and bring just peace and stillness and relaxation towards our bodies. So let's take one more deep in-breath and one more deep out-breath. And then just slowly walk your hands all the way back in so we can come to sit nice and tall. We're going to take the legs all the way around so we can come into our tabletop position. Now Okay, so in your tabletop position, you're going to have your hands placed just underneath your shoulders, and then again, your knees are underneath your hips. Perfect. Do your cat-cows again. Release that spine. So as you're exhaling, drop the top of your head down towards the floor and round your spine as much as you can. As you're inhaling, you're going to take it just the opposite direction. So now think of connecting the top of your head towards your tailbone. Exhale, round the spine. Think about moving through every vertebrae. Again, just releasing any tension, any tightness in the body. Really work that stretch. You can pause and hold where you know that you need it the most. Let's take one more exhalation to round, tucking chin to your chest, rounding again. Feel the shoulder blades, the scapula separate on your spine. And then the in-breath, again, is to bring crown of head towards the tailbone. And we're going to just flip over those toes. So you're coming towards the balls of your feet. We're going to stretch it back into downward facing dog. So draw the belly button into your spine, and as you exhale, lift the hips and take that stretch back. It's almost as if you're pressing the floor away from you. I think too of saying like you're yawning, you're just extending and stretching. Think of rooting your heels down towards the floor, and don't worry if they don't touch, but feel that beautiful stretch along the back side of the body. You can slightly arch in the lower back to lift the hips and create a little bit more length. Take a deep in-breath and feel your belly expand and fill with air. And then exhale to fully release. And as we're releasing here, we're going to gently come forward to place the knees down onto the floor. Good. Connect your big toes here. Again, that connection and unity of left and right side of the body. We're going to sit all the way back onto the heels and just stretch back into your child's pose. So arms extending long overhead. And let's take another rest here. Let your forehead rest on your mat. If your forehead's not connecting with your mat, you can stack your hands and just rest your forehead on the top of your palms. And I just want to create that contact here again in this moment for the purposes of grounding. So focus on the sensations in your body. Try to release down into where your forehead is resting. Feel the muscles in the back of your neck release. How much can you kind of let go here again? Feel with each breath the muscles along the back of the body just expanding. Just turn your gaze forward now towards your fingertips, and if your hands were stacked, extend your arms long over your head, really stretching, and then turn your eyes towards the top of your mat here. We're going to bend into the elbows and kind of slide through the arms just to come and rest all the way down onto the belly, okay? So resting down the tops of your feet, and your hands are placed just under your shoulders. Take a moment here to tuck your elbows in as close towards you as possible. So elbows pointing back towards your toes. And let's point the feet so the tops of the feet are resting on your mat. With your next breath, just lift through crown of your head. We're coming into a baby cobra. So firmly, again, rooting down into those palms. Just create a little arch, shoulders down from ears. And as you exhale, release your body back down onto the mat. Inhaling, again, you're going to press down and lift through crown of your head. Go to wherever feels comfortable for you. Should be no pain whatsoever, just a beautiful stretch. And then exhale, and again, imagine or visualize the spine moving just bit by bit. We'll do one more. Inhale, keeping elbows tucked in. You're going to press up to cobra or perhaps up dog. This is this up dog. Just with the lower body completely relaxed. Buttocks relaxed. Tap into the points of your legs that are rooting into your mat. And then again, observe the muscles of your face. Eyebrows, cheeks, and jaw. Shoulders down from ears. And let's take a breath here as we lift our heart up towards the sky. Open. And let's exhale, release down. Take those arms long over your head, reach them out towards me. You can have your palms facing down towards the floor. And we're gonna lift through your heels, like heels lifting up towards the sky, and then lifting through the upper body. Take a long stretch. Reach through fingertips, reach through the tips of your toes, make it as long as you can. And then we're gonna open those arms wide to your side. Feel the muscles of the back engage. Reach and extend the arms back up towards me. Again, lengthen as long as you can. And we're gonna rest down. Take the arms, place them at your side. My favorite candlelight yoga pose. We're gonna turn so those shoulders round towards the mat. Take the side of the face, rest it onto the floor. And again, a nice deep breath. Okay. So here again, I would love for you to scan through your body, kind of like a little x-ray, moving from the tips of your toes, moving along the soles of the feet, moving all the way the legs into the buttocks area, lower back, moving through your torso, moving up the arms, moving up all the way to the crown of your head, and then scanning back down again. And I want you to just tap into the body. Like I said, visualize flowing through your whole body with each breath. Visualizing, seeing what you observe here, and then using your breath to see if you can release a little bit more. How far can you let go here? How far can you allow your body to melt down in towards the mat? Your body is completely supported in this position, so it's all about letting go, releasing. And just finding peace in the present moment. There's so much peace here. There's so much possibilities in this moment. It's all good. It's all good here. So please take one more deep in-breath, filling the body. Fully exhale. And then again, we're going to slide the arms up. Place your palms underneath your shoulders, and we're going to repeat those little cobras and up dogs again. Okay, so tuck the elbows in so the elbows point back towards your toes. And you can spread your fingers here. So middle fingers pointing up towards the top of your mat. Lower bodies relaxed, tops of your feet just resting on the floor for me. Take your in-breath, press up, feel the muscles of the back engage. And then as you're exhaling, just slowly and deeply releasing the body back down onto the mat. And we'll repeat again. Full in-breath. Flow with your breath. Move in time with your breath. And please respect your body. And then again, exhaling, we'll slowly release. Be mindful vertebrae by vertebrae as you release yourself back down onto the mat. And then we'll take one more. So you're going to press yourself up as far as is comfortable for you in this moment. Releasing top of the feet towards the floor. Relaxing the legs, allowing them to become heavy. Releasing the buttocks muscles. Just feeling the belly releasing towards the mat. And then feeling the heart open as you roll and round the shoulder blades together on your back. Let's soften the eyebrows, cheeks, and jaw. Nice deep breath in. Good work. Exhale, slowly lower. Good. And then we're extending the arms out all the way overhead again with palms facing down towards the floor. If this is most appropriate for you, you can stay here with your feet resting on the ground and you're just extending the arms long. I'll invite you to tuck your chin into your chest so your spine stays nice and neutral. If you'd like a little bit more work, we're going to lift the legs away from the ground and you're lifting up through your heels. So we're reaching here, feeling all the work in the back of the body, just working actually our postural muscles that support us throughout the day. All right, we're going to open the arms nice and wide. So again, think about engaging. Keep the palms facing down towards the floor. And I'll invite you here as well. If it's available, you can reach for the tops of your feet. Press your feet into your hands and perhaps lift up a little bit more. This here in our bow pose is going to help to stretch and open the muscles of the chest. If you don't like it, you can do one at a time, or we're here, okay? So let's take that deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale and open. Just extend the arms long overhead again towards me. And then exhale and release down. Good work. So we'll take those arms down to your side again. And again, I invite you to turn so the palms are facing up towards the sky. You'll turn your head so opposite side now, resting down on your mat. And then let your shoulders round forward. Tune into your breathing. Allow yourself the rest that you most certainly deserve. You honored your time and your space and your needs today to come to class. You recognize the nurturing nature of taking time out to just breathe and stretch and find balance, and that's so good for you. See how far you can let go in this moment. Each deep breath, melting down just a little bit more. And go ahead again and practice your body scan, scanning for the whole length of your body, from again the tips of your toes, moving all the way up through the legs. And just find, are you holding on to tension in some part of your body without even, being aware of it? And then use your breath to release. Thank you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Very, very beautiful. So let's slide the arms up. You're going to place them under the shoulders once again and press yourself all the way back into the child's pose. So walk it all the way back so that you can round. We just did a lot of arching positions, and now as a counter pose for balance in the spine, you want to do your best to connect your buttocks back onto your heels and then round forward from here. Again, arms lengthening long overhead. And then work to release the forehead down onto the floor, that point of grounding. And then use your breath and just release the whole back side of the body. Breathe deeply into the lower back and stretching through the glutes, feeling the muscles on the back lengthen as your rib cage expands with your breathing. Perhaps it's an opportunity to check in here as well. Is it available to you to lengthen out the breath? A great breathing practice here is to take 4 counts as you breathe in and 4 counts as you breathe out. So we'll shift forward again into our tabletop position, and we're going to work with our left leg. So I'll invite you to just slide that left knee forward towards your left wrist, and then just angle in the ankle. So the ankle in line with the right wrist, and center your whole body so you're squared over that front leg. Your back leg, your right leg is just stretching out behind you, top of your foot resting on the floor. And we're going to come down to our pigeon pose. So similar to the other forward folds that we've taken so far today. And we're going to release a little bit more deeply into that hip, your left hip, and lower back. So arms are long. You can rest on your forearms if that feels most comfortable for you, or you can go ahead and melt all the way down by just extending the arms over your head. Forehead perhaps resting on the mat. And let's practice that like box breathing here again. So you're going to take your 4 breaths to breathe in. So breathe in to a count of 4. And then hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then fully exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's try again, deeply breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. In pigeon, we're going to take that right hand. We're going to take a little twist. So think about opening up. And then reach that arm underneath the underarm of your left arm. And let's see where our body can twist to here. Perhaps releasing the right shoulder to the floor. Do your best to keep that arm just in line with the chest or in line with the underarm. Your palm again is open up towards the sky, open and receptive. We're getting really deep into that hip. Awesome. So we're going to come on out. Reach those arms in front of you. Place your palms flat onto the floor. We're going to lift up into the ball of that back foot and take an out breath. We're going to lift into downward facing dog, okay? Step that leg back. Take a nice long stretch. Even walking out, so perhaps bending right and left knee. And then we're going to slide forward. So knees coming down onto the mat again. And we're going to take our pigeon pose on the other side. So good job. So you'll bring your right knee forward, right knee in line with your right wrist. And then you're going to ankle. So the ankle in line with the left wrist. Lengthen out your left leg, perhaps walking it back a bit if you'd like. So the hips on top of each other. We're nice and square forward. And then we'll take our forward folds, okay? Here we go. Take your forward fold, reach those arms long over your head. And again, you have different options. You can just melt forward, or perhaps you're more comfortable on the forearms. You want to find that balance. And in another pose like this, where there is a lot of work, and we do tend to hold a lot of tension in our hips and in our lower back, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. But again, we use our breath as our anchor, as our guide, to release, to remain steady, to remain present, observant. So tap into the breath. Find your calm in the storm, if you will. And let's again practice our box breath here, okay? So you're going to take your breath into a count of 4. Hold the breath here. Then fully release the breath. And then again, hold. So I'll count with you on this one again. Inhaling slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath, letting the breath expand. 3, 2, 1. Fully exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, just holding in that moment of stillness inside. And then we're going to reach it through. Reach the arm all the way under. Think about releasing the shoulder down towards the mat if it's available. And we're going to hold it here. So breathing, breathing as we're twisting open. We'll take one more deep breath there. And then let's come out of it. So just press down firmly into that palm. Bring your hands just in line again with the shoulders. All of your fingers spread with middle fingers pointing up towards the top of your mat. You're going to turn onto the ball of that back foot. Take that nice, beautiful stretch. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Create a lot of length through your upper body as if you're pressing the floor away from you. And then think about rooting your heels down towards the floor. And again, perhaps pedaling, alternating left knee, right knee, if you like. You can pause here, rooting the heels down. Think about just gently nodding the head as if you're saying yes. And then turning the head from side to side as if you're saying no. Take a deep breath in. We'll exhale, we'll slowly lower back down, knees to floor. Beautiful. So from here, I will leave it up to you, your option. If you'd like, you can swing the legs all the way around and come down onto your back and just lengthen out on your back. Or if you prefer, the alternative is to sit nice and tall. With, again, arms just resting at your side and palms facing up. If you have a blanket or sweater handy, you can grab that. And again, I'll invite you to turn your attention towards your breathing. So connecting once again with our anchor. Moving and stretching through the body allows us to let that energy just flow. It allows us, again, to release anything that doesn't serve us, right? That tightness and stillness. We need to be flexible. We need to be flowing to help us to navigate all of which we might face day to day. So our practice, again, really helps to strengthen us for what we face day to day. And just as we can use our breath as an anchor through some of those challenging points as we face, a wall or a challenge or a tight hip, we can also use that breath to breathe through, right? To find steadiness and strength as we face that, just as we do day to day. If we find a moment where we feel a little out of balance or we feel we're up against a challenge, the strength is within us. We have all of the answers, but we need to be able to become steady and grounded and focused to successfully get our way through those moments. So we're just going to use the last few minutes of our time today again to get into our meditation. And meditating is that practice of strengthening our ability to focus and our ability to breathe. So next few breaths. Just observing the inward and outward flow of that energy. Again, gently scan through your entire body, from the crown of your head all the way down towards the soles of your feet. And from the soles of your feet, moving all the way up towards the crown of your head. Each scan can take a couple of minutes, and that's great. You're just really keeping your attention towards the body and towards the breath. Observing even the subtlest sensations within your body. And as we observe them, we don't judge. We just acknowledge. And we use the breath. Next few breaths again. Think about sinking in a little deeper. Relaxing the muscles of the eyebrows, the cheeks, and the jaw. allowing the shoulders to release down towards the floor. Allowing our arms to relax. Allowing our legs to become heavy on our mat. Allow yourself the grace to just simply be. There's no expectations here and there's no judgment. Just connect with your true essence. Each breath, just bringing in more life, more peace, more consciousness, more grace, more light. More love. So we are at the end of our practice today, but the vibe is so good. I definitely invite you to stay as you are for a few more minutes and just again continue to find that inner peace and light. The light in me and the best in me acknowledges the light and the best in you. And honestly, it has been such a pleasure to be able to have these sessions this month and just share and exchange energy and love and light and all the good stuff. So thank you so much. Please continue to enjoy your meditation, and I will see you guys again soon. So thank you so much.